What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to go over why NIO is actually charging higher today and why their share price is up quite a substantial amount from Friday's closing price. And I'm also going to cover their May deliveries and how their May deliveries were actually lower than April, but investors are actually responding kind of positively despite their deliveries being lower. But before we actually get into the video, for those of you who are new here, my name is Evan, and I make videos that show you guys different ways of making money. So if that interests you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Also, if you guys wouldn't mind going down and hitting the like button, I would really appreciate it. And it lets me know that you guys enjoy these video updates every day. So again, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I would really appreciate it. Now, like I said, NIO is actually responding pretty positively today, and they're seeing quite a big green day. And if we look at the daily chart, NIO is actually up almost 10%. They're trading right around $42.40 right now, and they're up almost $4 on the day. This is similar to the gains we were seeing last November and last December, where we'd see NIO jump up 5 or 10% in a single trading day. And we're going to go over exactly why this is happening. But before we take a look at that, I want to show you guys the 1 week chart, and you can see that NIO is actually up 17% almost on the 1 week chart. On May 26th, NIO was trading right around $36.50, and they were on a slight uptrend, and they got up to about $38.50. But you can see just today when they opened, NIO shot up about $4 at market open as compared to last Friday. Now this is actually due both in part to the deliveries that NIO released, and I think people were actually surprised that the numbers weren't lower, and so NIO's stock is reacting more positively to the deliveries. And then there's also a new bank rating from Citi from the analyst Jeff Chung, and he actually upgraded his rating from a neutral to a buy. So previously his price target was set at $57.60 on NIO, and he hadn't changed it recently in the last couple months, but he actually upgraded that to $58.30. That's really not a huge increase. It's only an increase of about 70 cents. But this is also coming after we've seen NIO pull back so drastically, and they went from a high of about 66 back in January, and they pulled all the way back down to about $30. So you could almost think of it as a price upgrade because he really never changed his price after NIO pulled back so drastically. And it is a price upgrade because he did upgrade from a neutral to a buy. And so that's one of the big factors why NIO is actually up so much today and why they're up almost 10% on the daily chart. But the reason why he upgraded his rating from a neutral to a buy was because that he now sees China's sales of new energy vehicles as a category that includes electric vehicles and hybrids, and he's predicting that it's going to rise a lot more quickly than he had previously expected. He also expects Chinese consumers to buy 2.52 million new energy vehicles in 2021. And then fast forward to 2025, and he expects that number to grow almost 4 times, up to 7.84 million. Now this is actually a big increase when we look at his previous expectations, which were 1.79 million in 2021 and 6.8 million in 2025. So he increased both forecasts by almost a million, which is very bullish. Even though he didn't increase his price target so drastically, he definitely has a very bullish outlook on NIO and on the whole sale of new energy vehicles in China. He also expects the company's backlogs to increase in the second quarter, which in turn is going to substantially increase their revenue and market share in the second half of this year. And then there's also new products in 2022 like the ET7, which is going to be released at some point in the beginning of next year. Now for the deliveries that NIO actually put out in May, they said that they delivered 6,711 vehicles in May, which is actually a decline of about 5.5% from April. And this is because of the semiconductor shortage, which is still affecting a lot of EV companies. But the reason why people are responding positively is because this wasn't really a surprise. NIO actually warned auto investors in April that the chip-related shortage was going to disrupt their production in the second quarter. But the good news was that NIO reiterated their upbeat guidance for the second quarter deliveries, and they also expect to make up some of the difference in June, and they still expect delivery numbers to be between 21,000 and 22,000 in this quarter. That's actually about double of what they delivered in 2020. And given that they've already delivered 13,183 vehicles in May and April combined, this implies that their deliveries are going to be between 7,800 and 8,800 in June, which not only would be an increase of 109 to 136% from June 2020, but that would also be a record in terms of deliveries for NIO. And if that's the case, I think we're going to see a lot more investors piling into NIO, seeing as though they're really growing despite the semiconductor shortage that's still affecting a lot of EV companies. And speaking of the semiconductor shortage, NIO wasn't the only Chinese auto manufacturer hit by the production disruptions in May. The China Association of Automobile Manufacturers said last week that vehicle output at the 11 largest auto groups, including both domestic Chinese makers and global automakers' China-based manufacturing operations, fell 11% in the first 20 days of May to about 983,000 vehicles. This isn't to say that all Chinese electric vehicle makers were affected, because NIO's rival XPeng actually said that they delivered 5,686 vehicles in May, which was actually an increase of about 10% from April. And this was coming after strong demand for lower cost models with lithium iron phosphate batteries. And Li Auto, which is also one of NIO's rivals, is expected to release their deliveries for May tomorrow on June 2nd. So if you guys are invested in Li Auto, definitely watch out for the deliveries for Li Auto tomorrow, because we've seen in the past Li Auto's deliveries has actually affected NIO and XPeng, and we've also seen the same thing with earnings from Li Auto. So if Li Auto does report very good numbers for May, we may even see NIO affected, and they may continue this uptrend that they've been seeing lately. And it's very possible that they could spike up tomorrow as well, like we just saw today, where they jumped up about 10%. But going back to NIO, if you guys are wondering why NIO is still up today, despite them producing and delivering less vehicles than they did in April, it was due to that new price increase like I mentioned earlier, but it was also due to the fact that NIO was able to warn investors of their production, which again is pretty good despite the shortage in semiconductors, because I think a lot more investors and a lot more people who are looking at NIO were expecting them to have a drastic pullback in their delivery numbers. And then on top of that, you have Citi upgrading their price prediction, and their forecast is upgraded from a neutral to a buy. And that's getting a lot more people to buy into NIO, especially the people who maybe sold out and secured some profits at the top. But now I think people are starting to realize that NIO has the potential to go back up in the short term, especially long term, because like I mentioned before, NIO is a company that's more of a long-term investment. I don't think you guys should be investing in NIO if you're just having a short-term mindset and you just want to make a quick buck. This is a company that's going to benefit greatly from a push towards electric vehicles in the future. You guys probably already know that China wants to get rid of gas-powered vehicles by 2035. And there's also talks of different states like California also pushing for that by 2035. So that's when we're really going to see huge growth from companies like NIO. And I also wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of smaller EV companies that start growing in the next 10 to 15 years, as well as traditional auto manufacturers starting to transition over to electric vehicles. So with Tesla, NIO, and a lot of these other EV companies already ahead of the curve, they're going to be the ones that benefit the most, because they're already in the game and they're working out the kinks early on before they have trouble down the road, like some traditional auto manufacturers may experience. Now, for those of you who made it this far into the video, I want you guys to leave me a comment down below in the comment section and let me know what your guys' prediction is for NIO's vehicle deliveries in the second quarter of 2021. Now, keep in mind that they're predicting between 21,000 and 22,000 vehicles this quarter, which would be between 7,800 and 8,800 in June. So again, let me know what your guys' prediction is down in the comments and whether you think it's going to be between this range of 21 to 22,000, or if you think they're actually going to exceed 22,000 and have a record-setting month in the month of June. So again, let me know down in the comment section. Also, if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, make sure you guys sign up using the link in the description. And when you sign up and deposit $100, you'll actually get 2 free stocks worth up to $1,800. So make sure you guys sign up before this promotion ends. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.